second straight night. What we saw was grieving, hurt people. I think the people are more politicized than ever. In these last 100-some days, we have opportunities to do political education, to a stronger opinion on what's going on. And what's going on is the same echoing. We're just out in the streets chanting in front of the police. They sent in more National Guards. I've seen people snatched up, is what we call it. The police are just grabbing people. They're standing there. We're on the sidewalk. They push us back into the parking lot. People want to walk down the street, and they just pick someone. Most of the time, those people are not even chanting or yelling at the time. They're not breaking the law. And so I think that's what's keeping this thing going. People are hurting, and then people are being abused every day. We're not even being allowed to even peacefully assemble or protest that's backed by the Constitution.
And Tory, this whole decision of the governor to bring in the National Guard on the second night, what impact has that had?
More National Guard makes it more of a police state. It's more intimidating. I think it's a ploy or some kind of scare tactic to deter us for what we want. We've been basically asking for the same needs since we got off the plantation. We want education, we want proper housing, we want economic industries, and we want to be able to control ourselves and be a part of this American dream. But they sold us a lie. The people have to go out in the street just to march and protest and do civil disobedience just to get a non-indictment. We upset, we're hurting, and they don't send counselors, they don't send psychiatrists, they don't sit down with the leaders and say, or even with the people and say, what do you guys need? They send in more National Guard. So that lets you know what they care about, and I'm almost certain they don't care about the people.
Tory, we were discussing this yesterday in the church, but the issue of the first night, the decision being handed down. There was a big discussion before for quite a number of days whether the decision would be held on to. McCullough would release it later to give people time to prepare. But in the end, they released it in the dark at night, which many people said led to much of the unrest. Then there's the issue of the National Guard. When we were in the streets on Monday night, that first night of the decision, in front of the Ferguson Police Department, there was National Guard, there were riot police. They were really going after the protesters there. They tear gassed them. They went after them. But down the road in West Florissant, that's the white area of Ferguson, down the road on West Florissant, where the buildings were burned, the businesses were broken into, we didn't see police, we didn't see state troopers. It was free reign. What are your thoughts about that?
That lets you know not only does this country value property over people, they even put a special caveat on whose property. If you go to Clayton, you go to Kirkwood, you go to some of these affluent places in the city, National Guard and all these people are already there, they're stationed. You go to the black communities, you go in West Florissant, where the most of black small businesses, they did a press conference here talking about they cared about the community and people were destroying their dreams weren't being protected. Meanwhile, on South Florissant, where the white property is, their dream was protected with National Guards and all kinds of things. So I know it was disrespectful to the people, and they took their anger out, and we have to find channels for that. But there was also, to me, it was disrespectful to the family. I talked to Mike Brown Sr. yesterday. He said they called him 20 to 25 minutes before they had made the announcement to even tell him about his son. He said it felt like they killed my son twice. So that lets you know how they value black people and black property in America.